Alright, so we got some big news coming from executive producer of XDefiant, Mark Rubin, around 20 some odd minutes ago. Hello XDefiant fans. I'm unfortunately here today to announce that XDefiant will be shutting down. Blah blah blah. There's a longer spiel on how they will be giving out some refunds for recent cosmetic purchases. Anyone that's bought the Founders Edition will also be getting a refund. And you can see these refunds trickle out shortly within the next 8 or some odd weeks. And they're just announcing that the game's going to be shutting down. They still will be having their Season 3 release, even though that release date is still to be decided. So that will be the final season. If you're just, reading between the lines, reading, between everything that's going on. And, they have the servers at least until June 3rd of next year. So there you have it. The game shutting down. Now, is this a surprise to me? No, but I did not make any videos. One, because I've been inactive for around 7-8 months. That. And I didn't want to make a video shitting on the game while I was out, because you'd rather see the game be successful, have some sort of competition and whatnot. But clearly, it hasn't worked. The game's dead. Well, the game's been dying for, a few months now. They had leaks in the past around whether or not the game's going to be shutting down and some content being canceled, and those, rumors were denied. But I knew it was true, and one because I've actually played the game, and the game's alright, but the game wants to be old Call of Duty, and if I wanted to play old Call of Duty, I would simply play it. And I've lamented on my channel in the past on one, fans would not like old Call of Duty, and another thing is to talk about, because its biggest selling point, besides it being an old COD game with that old feel in the movement and whatnot, is that it doesn't have skill-based matchmaking. And while that does seem like, that would be a very enticing selling point, as someone that has enjoyed the games that have had the skill-based matchmaking and haven't, when it comes to that stretch of, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, Modern Warfare 2019, as someone that's enjoyed those games that's had the matchmaking in it, and that hasn't had it in it, I realize the skill-based matchmaking is the reason why I'm not enjoying this game. Now, could it make some sessions, worse? Would I like to get off because of some of these sessions earlier because of the matchmaking? Sure. And again, I still don't like the matchmaking at all. So it's not like I flipped my position or my tune on that. I just realized when Black Ops Cold War came out, the matchmaking isn't the reason I don't like this game. And I'm guessing folks are having that realization with XDefiant, because the lack of it isn't going to be the reason why you like or dislike that game. Biggest issue of the game, of course, was its functionality, its netcode. Of course, content was a bit scarce, and I can honestly say it still is, but they have had improvements. They've added new maps and stuff like that. The progression grind for some players was a bit too much, and being that it was a free-to-play game, they're going to expect you to sink more time into that. When it came to leveling up weapons, a lot of players just felt it took too long, and I would agree, but granted, I knew the game wasn't for me. Another thing is, the game didn't have kill streaks. Wants to be old Call of Duty, but it doesn't have any kill streaks. The last thing I could add is, if I wanted to play a shooter from Ubisoft, I would just play Rainbow Six. So there's that, truly. And I had a comment on another great critic's channel, the Black Hokage, his secondary channel, Hokage Highlights. I had a comment on this game. And I just said, I feel like they're kicking the can down the road. If it doesn't shut down at the end of Season 4, I doubt the game makes it to 2025. Something doesn't have the content or functionality needed to survive in this climate. And that was true. That was only a month, 2 months ago. That was true then. It's true now. And it was true a lot earlier from when I made that comment. Because again, from a month or 2 months ago, you could really see the writing on the wall for this game. But when it first came out, folks look at all the huge player counts. I'm like, is this sustainable? No, because it's a free-to-play game. It's new. Folks will try it. They'll get on TikTok, they'll make the videos, try this new game. It's free, blah blah blah. They will try, but is it sustainable? The answer to that is clearly no. So we can do a more in-depth look on this game later. But truly, if you're asking me, one, the matchmaking, that's not as big as the reason why people like or dislike these games as much as they like to act like it is. And this is coming from someone that has made videos on skill-based matchmaking in the past. From Modern Warfare 2019, I've made videos about it. I still dislike it, but I realized playing Cold War that the matchmaking was not the reason I did not enjoy Cold War compared to Modern Warfare 2019. Simply, one, Modern Warfare 2019 got capture flagging a lot earlier than Cold War, and the gunplay feel was just a lot better in Modern Warfare 2019 compared to Black Ops Cold War. But I am enjoying BO6. I do have quite a few weapons diamond, and I'm having fun. Granted, the matchmaking is a pain sometimes, but I do enjoy the game. I have my problems with the game, and we'll get into that later, but I do enjoy the game. But yeah, the matchmaking isn't as big as a selling point or as a detriment for people's enjoyment of the games as they thought they were, and XDefiant proved that. Because again, you can look at some of the comments, the subreddits online in regards to the matchmaking, people saying they need to add it in because they're getting stomped too much and all that jazz. But the game had an uphill climb from the start. I don't know if you guys remember the reveal. That was around like 3-4 years ago. It was not received well at all. Like, it was lambasted when it was first revealed. So the fact that they had to make, a miniature comeback to get, a little something going is impressive. I'm one that thinks that the old COD games wouldn't be received as well if they were re-released today, and I think XDefiant proves that just a little bit. It's a tiny bit. It's not exactly an old Call of Duty, but you get the drift. Get out the way. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all stay safe. I'm out.